Welcome to the Smoke Learning channel. I am your host, Grant Kay. In the last video, we went through the standard process of exporting media with embedded alpha channels out of Autodesk Smoke. For the final part in the alpha video series, I'll highlight one more workflow scenario that I think you might find useful. Let me set the scenario for you. You have created a ConnectFX composite in your sequence, and you would like to export it with an embedded alpha channel. You might want to use the composite at a later date and perhaps in a different software application, so you need to get it out of Smoke. Now, the ConnectFX is a great tool for compositing, but its primary function is to work within a sequence. Therefore, looking at the structure of a ConnectFX branch, everything always finishes in the CFX result node. So ConnectFX only has one single output back to the sequence. Now, you might think that the secondary connection in the CFX result node could be used for an alpha export. However, this secondary output only functions in the sequence. To successfully export any RGB channel with alpha, you need to have two separate clips placed in a matte container. You only have one CFX segment, so it needs to be duplicated. Next, the alpha needs to be switched in place of the RGB in the duplicated segment. The following steps will get you through this workflow. Select the CFX segment in the sequence. Hold Shift and Option and drag a copy of the ConnectFX segment to the media library. Earlier, I created an empty folder just to hold my clips for this example. Select the CFX clip in the media library, right-click and duplicate the clip. Select the second clip and rename it to alpha just to differentiate between the two clips. Now we need to edit the ConnectFX in the alpha clip in order to switch the output to show the alpha. The only way we can do this is by visualizing the clip as a timeline. Make sure that the alpha clip is selected and switch the Open Sequence tab to the green Source tab. You do this so that the selected segment in the media library can be viewed as a timeline without editing it into an open sequence. Think of it as altering your source clips. Now, because you can view the ConnectFX clip as a timeline in the Source tab, you can also access the ConnectFX editor. Let's go into the ConnectFX node-based compositor. I'll select this node in the branch and press F4 to cycle between the result view and the outmat view. So this is the alpha we want to export with the RGB channel. To take this alpha as our ConnectFX output, I'll take the node's matte output and connect it into the red front input of the CFX result node. If you exit the ConnectFX editor, the result in the source viewer will cache up and show the alpha as the main ConnectFX output. You need to press the render button because the settings have changed in the ConnectFX segment and the old render needs to be replaced with the new one showing the alpha. Once the render is complete, you now have the RGB color clip and the alpha clip for your ConnectFX composite. What's left is to go ahead and create a matte container using the Create Matte Container option via the Tools menu. With the matte container selected, you can now go ahead and export the clip. So if you need to get the ConnectFX clip exported out of Smoke with an alpha channel, hopefully these steps will help you get the job done. This concludes the series of dealing with alpha channels in Autodesk Smoke. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe to the Smoke Learning channel for future videos.